a portable mini projector with an integrated battery. Stay to see it. Enter and let's start. Digital greetings to all. I am the electronic engineer Javier Guerrero, and today I bring you a new projector. But this time you have to delete that chip from the LCD projectors that we have seen in previous videos, because this projector has a very different projection technology. It is a technology Proyector DLP. This is the BlitzWolf mini projector. Specifically, it is the BW VT2 model, and it is the first DLP projector that I am going to analyze. Its operation is very different, and today we will see the differences and advantages of this projection technology, with a bit of clear theory. Before I continue, please subscribe to my channel, because here I make the most detailed technology reviews that are easiest for anyone to understand. It costs you nothing and it helps me a lot. Now yes, let's go to unboxing. This is a new product from BlitzWolf, their BW VT2 model DLP projector, and it arrives in this rather minimalist box. Inside we find a manual, a small box with a 12-volt and 2-amp adapter, which generates a consumption of only 24 watts for this projector. This is quite low compared to previous models that almost triple that value. In the other box, we find a standard HDMI cable and an infrared remote control, which is actually very basic but very practical. And finally, we have the BlitzWolf VT2 projector protected with foam, rubber, and plastic wrap, which I will have the pleasure to remove to analyze it in detail. This mini projector is QHD, and the first thing I notice is its design. Since it is very small and compact, and although its cover material is plastic, it feels like aluminum to the touch. Also, this color combination gives it a very modern look. On the front is the lens and one infrared sensor behind this dark cover. On one side is the manual focus control. On the other side is the power button, a LED light, and an audio output. On the back are its only two input sources, one USB 2.0 input and one HDMI input. There is also the voltage input, one infrared port, and two air intakes to cool the interior and eliminate heat. At the top are the buttons to control this projector. All of them are tactile and are protected by a plastic layer. And at the bottom we have a 1/4-inch thread to put it on a tripod. As you can see, this mini projector is quite easy to handle and transport, even for the small hands of any child. This is the operating principle of an LCD projector like the last four we have seen. A light source and an imager, that's basically it. The light source can be a glass lamp or a high-power LED, and the imager is always an LCD screen. Hence its name, LCD projector. In this type of projectors, the resolution of what you are going to see depends on the resolution of the LCD screen that it has, and there is no light processing. What is processed are the images that appear on the LCD screen. But in a DLP projector, the working principle is very different. DLP stands for digital light processing, and the heart of this technology is inside a microchip, the DMD chip or digital micro mirror device. Let's see how it works. In a DLP projector, there is also a light source, but this must be pointed at the DMD chip so that it reflects it out and projects the image. But unlike an LCD projector, the light does not have to be applied directly. It must first be separated into its primary colors, that is, red, green, blue, etc., and then apply them separately to the DMD chip. To separate the light into the basic color, most projectors use a disc-shaped filter attached to a small motor that spins it. But currently the projectors are already adopting the RGB power LEDs. In this way they obtain the three primary colors independently, and no longer need a disc or motor, saving costs, space, and making the projector smaller, more compact, and cheaper. Then the light from the primary colors can now enter the DMD chip, and this is where the magic happens, because this DMD chip looks like a small mirror. But it is not a mirror. Rather, it is made up of millions of rigorously ordered micro mirrors that are independently controlled to tilt to one side or the other, reflecting the colored light towards the projection or reflecting it to an area where it is absorbed and it cannot be projected. The DMD chip is capable of moving the micromirrors thousands of times per second, projecting the independent images in their primary colors. But it does so fast that our eye does not see the primary colors, but rather the mixture of all of them, and therefore so much we see the final image well colored. Each micromirror generates 1 pixel in the projection, so the resolution of a DLP projector depends on the number of micromirrors in its DMD chip, and its cost depends a lot on that. That is, a 4 Kelvin DLP projector must have a DMD chip with 3840 horizontal micromirrors and 2160 vertical micromirrors. That is, more than 8 million micromirrors inside a small microchip. Incredible true. And all thanks to Texas Instruments, the American company that invented, designed, built, and patented DMD chips and DLP projection technology. This BlitzWolf mini projector costs between $200 and $240, and this is because it integrates a DMD chip and DLP technology. But despite its size, it integrates all the complete functions necessary in a projector. And those characteristics are: DLP projection technology. Integrates a 0.20 inches DMD chip. Use RGB LED light source. Brightness of 150 ANSI lumens. 854 x 480 pixel QHD resolution. Projection size 40 to 300 inches. Integrates Android System V90. Integrated 4-core Cortex-A7 processor. Integrates 2 GB of RAM and up to 32 GB of storage. Integrates 1 speaker with 3 watt output. Dual band Wi-Fi connection and Bluetooth V42. Integrates adjustable 4-point keystone correction. Allows Bluetooth speaker function. And also, it integrates 1 internal 7000 mAh battery for portable use. This projector has a very compact design, and that makes it very difficult to handle and take it apart, but I'll give it a try anyway. At the bottom it has 4 non-slip rubbers that I am going to remove to have access to these screws. Well, that frees the bottom part, but not completely because you have to use force and a little ingenuity to separate it completely. Here we can see the 3-watt speaker in its small acoustic box, and later we will see how it sounds. Then this 7000 mAh lithium battery is solidly glued inside the box, so I confirm that this model does come with one for its autonomous operation. Unfortunately, this projector does not allow me to fully disassemble it as the top cover is pressure mounted, and if I try to remove the cover it will only break it, and this projector has only been loaned to me. Furthermore, this is also a precaution by the brand so as not to let us invade its DLP optics, since the DMD chip is very delicate and any mishandling would detach thousands of micromirrors, leaving the projection with thousands of black dots. For now I'll leave it at that, and there will be an opportunity to take apart a larger DLP projector. Now I am going to install it on this simple tripod, and I will place it in the center of the room to connect its power supply. You just have to press the power button and we will have an image. You have to focus to see it as well as possible. After a few seconds, the system will load and we will already have Android 9 running on this mini projector, but be careful, it is an uncertified Android. Although I have to admit that it is very fluid. With integrated Android, the use of a device is much easier since we can install a large number of applications. In this files folder we can read the files stored in the projector or read the content of the USB input, and in the signal option we can see the signal from the HDMI input that is connected at that moment. Now I will explain a little about the configuration. Here this menu opens and we can choose between multiple languages. Now I will connect it to my Wi-Fi network. As you can see, this projector detects my 2 Wi-Fi bands. I will connect it to the 5 GHz network to have a better speed. In this option we can link any Bluetooth device such as headphones or controls. From other settings we can restore the projector to factory mode. In the About Us option we can update the firmware of the projector when there is a clear one. And we will also find some specifications such as the version of Android, the RAM memory, and the 32 GB of internal storage. Here we can make some settings for the time and date. And this option is very interesting since it allows the projector to be used as a Bluetooth speaker, being able to use it as an additional device. And the most important thing is the projection configuration. From here we can invert the projection if we want to install the projector on the ceiling. Perform keystone correction if we use the projector at an angle. Modify brightness. Modify the color profile. Zoom projection. And even modify the speed of the internal fan to reduce its noise. For this BlitzWolf projector, an additional device is not required because it already integrates Android 9 and the Play Store with millions of applications. But it will work better with a certified TV box because these have a little more power. In addition, you will not have compatibility problems with some apps that require certification, such as Netflix, Disney+, and HBO Max. Despite being QHD, if you project it at 80 inches or less, the BlitzWolf VT2 will offer very decent performance and quality to any average user. Here you can see that the brightness and colors are quite good. You can also read the content of any USB device. Just enter File and choose your USB memory so you can see your saved images and play your videos in various possible formats. But the most interesting thing is that in this way you can install APK files of other applications that sometimes are not in the Play Store. Here I will install MagisTV and Happy Chick to test how they run on this projector. As you can see, MagisTV runs excellently without TV box or anything and allows me to have an all-in-one projector to enjoy the content of my plan and all live television. I will take advantage of activating the projector's Bluetooth system to link a remote control. As you can see, it quickly found it, paired it, and connected it. I am now ready to open the Happy Chick app and use this projector as a retro console as well. They can install hundreds of retro games and play them on a giant screen with the children, or also for the most nostalgic like me. One of the limitations of most projectors is that you should always put it in front of the screen, because if you change the angle, the projection is completely distorted, showing one side higher than the other. That's why trapezoidal correction systems were developed, and this projector does have it. To correct the projection, you must enter projector configuration, and then manual trapezoidal correction. Here you only have to adjust the 4 corner points in such a way as to correct the image until you obtain a screen that is as rectangular as possible. This is a feature that not all projectors bring you, but it is so useful that I recommend that you always look for it within its features. Once the image is corrected, and if we return to automatic mode, it will return to its previous distorted form, and we will have to correct it again, or in any case put the projector as it was before, that is, in front of the screen. Something great about this projector is that it has an integrated 7,000 mAh battery, which gives it autonomy for about 2 hours of autonomous operation. This makes it a perfect travel companion, or for camping. You can even plug it into a more powerful power bank and have more hours of fun. You can literally take it wherever you want, since it doesn't need anything. You can even share the internet by creating a Wi-Fi zone with your cell phone, and it will connect very easily. It can get you out of trouble in any work exhibition, because even with light you can see it well. Being able to take it anywhere is an advantage that not many projectors have. This mini projector integrates the cast or screen mirroring function called eShare. Here, you just have to scan that QR code in the lower corner, and it will search for your device. You can stream the videos saved on your cell phone, all the photos with a pretty decent display quality, and even the images from the camera in real time. There is also an option to transmit and project the documents in various formats. In this case, I am projecting a journal in PDF format. As for the sound, and if we turn up the volume to the maximum, The sound power is enough for a room or a medium room.
Y en diversas partes del país, cientos de hinchas peruanos celebraron con cánticos y gritaron a todo pulmón los goles que Perú le hizo el último martes a Paraguay.
Now, I am going to compare this mini projector with Xiaomi's Wanbo T2 Max to see how these two different projection technologies perform. I will align them in such a way that I have two equal screens, and here are your two home interfaces. I have them connected to the same TV box, and you can see that the VT2 reacts a little faster than the Wanbo to the input signal. You are looking at DLP technology versus LCD technology, and draw your own conclusions, although the comparison is not very fair, because you will remember that the Wanbo on the right is Full HD, and the VT2 is only QHD. Although it is true, this BlitzWolf projector is QHD, remember that it is DLP technology, that is, it integrates a DMD chip and another special chip to control the micro mirrors. But despite being QHD, it seems to me that the VT2 achieves better brightness and richer colors. Nothing better than the TV calibration application to see the brightness and contrast of these projectors. I will also project the basic colors so that you can see, compare, and tell me in the comments which technology projects them best. It seems to me that the VT2 with DLP technology, despite using a 5 times smaller lens, generates much more brightness. And to clear up any doubts, I will measure the lux intensity generated by each one of them, but this time at 1.5 meters. And these are the results. Without a doubt, DLP technology and light processing have several advantages over LCD. And this projector is not Full HD, if not imagine, the quality would be much better. One of the crazy things that your manual says is that the maximum projection is 300 inches, and since I don't have a wall that big at home, I'll go out looking for one. Almost at the end of the afternoon, I found this great pediment wall in front of this beautiful beach sunset, so I will put the mini projector on the ground and focus it as best as possible to do the test. What do you think, friends? I was able to project a screen 4 meters high and 7 meters wide, that is, about 310 inches of projection, so the manual did not lie. Of course, the bigger the screen, the less brightness the images have, because the 150 lumens of the projector are distributed over a much larger surface. But it's still not bad for such a small projector. Be careful in considering that this wall is green and not white, which would reflect the light much better. I bought this projector at Banggood, and in the description of the video I leave you the purchase links of verified store where I buy. Although you can also find it on ALIEXPRESS. Let's see its pros and cons to know if it is convenient or not to buy it. It is of DLP technology, and with a DMD chip for light processing. It integrates an internal battery to take it wherever you go. It integrates Android 9, so it is not necessary to buy a TV box. It has trapezoidal correction, very useful to locate it in any position. Compact and small design, which makes it super portable. It is a pity that it is only QHD resolution. Due to its DLP technology, it is somewhat more expensive than an LCD projector. It is very difficult to disassemble, and therefore difficult to repair. As I always say, there is no perfect device, and this one will have its fans and its detractors, because it is for an objective user, to which it adapts to their needs. You will be able to say, my projector is the best there is, and maybe if it is the best there is. But for you, not for everyone, do not argue in the comments, because we are all different and with very varied tastes. This is a very interesting mini travel projector, and due to its advantages it would not be bad to consider buying. It is ideal for those who usually travel a lot or who like excursion, because in addition to being super compact, they will be able to enjoy it wherever they go thanks to its internal battery, without being tied to a power outlet all the time. I hope you liked this video, and the small technological explanation. I'm sorry it took me so long to upload content, but this month I had big time problems. Subscribe to my channel and activate the notification bell to help me continue creating more content of this type. Help me and let's democratize technology. Until the next video.